Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and my heart is swollen already. For those of you who have already stopped by, said hello, and shared your encouragement and support. I truly do love this life we are living. Brothers and sisters, I believe it's true. And I believe it's real. So let's join together in the here and now with what is real and what's true. And let's see together what Jack reveals, or what's revealed through Jack today. I'm excited today because it's a topic that, well, I've learned the hard way, to be honest. The awareness of manners. And I thought about sending some invitations out today, but I figure, you know what? The universe works mysteriously and through divine ways. The people that are best suited to hear this, they'll hear it. Today, welcome to Talcott Tuesday. And again, for those of you who join me live, sincerely, I truly love you. And for those of you who can't stand listening to me at normal speed, I get it. Swing back later and listen to me at double speed. Maybe it'll be more enjoyable. Today, the having some fun with the images, but the idea: be responsible for telling the truth. Be responsible for telling the truth, not managing people's reactions to it. This is something I truly have learned to transform my life, and it's a core fundamental in the 12 steps of recovery, you know, for those familiar with the AA programs. Honesty is the core tenet in there. It's the key. So honesty is important above all feelings and all consequences. That is true. However, I've learned some lessons. Good manners matter. They truly do. It matters how we treat each other. And so I went to Google, and I was curious on that too. What does Google say about the manners? It's a way in which a thing is done or happens. Taking notes in an unobtrusive manner, a way in which a thing is done or happens, and a person's outward bearing or a way of behaving towards others. His arrogance and pompous manner. Arrogant and pompous, prideful, rude, insulting. You guys know any people like that around here? So a person's outward bearing or their way of behaving towards others, with others, that's the manner, right? It's our behavior. Similarly, demeanor, our air, our aspect, our attitude. You know, what does having manners mean? Being polite and courteous means considering how others are feeling. It's really easy in this selfish world we were born into, brought up through. In this selfish world we were raised, it's really easy for people to get self-centered and afraid. And then when we're so focused on our own problems, we don't have time to think of anybody else. We ain't got time for that, right? Ain't got time for that nonsense. Thinking about other people that aren't in my life. Well, I think it's time that we all do. I think for the world to change, honestly, It's going to be so glorious. Excuse me. The future is going to be so glorious with a world where people treat each other with respect and care, where we are aware of, well, here today. I want to tie these ideas of good manners and help point out some things I've learned. They're actually pretty obvious. When you break down life into a spiritual experience, which it truly is, God is the essence of everything, and to know the essence of everything, you become more spirit minded. You see the world through energies, vibrations, frequencies, different states of being. I'm really getting off track, but what I'm truly trying to do here on these live streams, my hope is to share what I've been learning about me. I say the word God a lot because there's a mystery behind life, and the mystery is everything that's being unfolded perfectly. There's a perfect unfoldment to the plans of life that are happening. Let me get back to the point regarding the importance of good manners. If you just think about it from the duality of light and dark, God and the devil, God and evil, good and evil. God offers forth with grace, with kindness, with blessings, just as Jesus was offering forth. God offers forth with grace and with love. It's the devilish idea that wants to be in this take, give and take, right? So offering forth and sharing, that's what God does. God offers forth and shares life for us all to live however we want. And all of us in our lives, I was thinking about this earlier. I've always done what I wanted. If I'm honest and I'm really humble, even where I was yelling at people, even when I stole things, I was young. I was very young. I've done everything I've wanted. There was many days I wanted to feel depressed. Now, the one thing I never did get to do was I didn't get to die. I wanted to die a lot in my past. But I'm so far past those old days, those memories. I want anyone in darkness right now to feel the knowing that it's time. Time for you to understand you a little bit better. Because that's what I'm here to offer. That's what I want to do. It's to help people understand themselves a little better. And the truth is, it can be explained in so many ways. But here, back to the importance of good manners regarding the give and take nonsense. See, the devil has taken the concepts of what God offers forth and it manipulates them and it twists them into selfish and rewarding ideas. And so the selfish ideas of rewarding and punishing, that's the devil playing games. And mankind has adapted those games of rewarding and punishing obedience. Even if the obedience just defies humanity, like right now, today, I believe I did. Yeah, I looked at the news earlier, but unless something changed, there's wars happening all over the world right now. And it's literally insane that those wars have not ended because there's more of us not involved in the wars than there are those who are immediately suffering the consequences. And so if those of us who outnumber those in the wars, if we really opened our hearts up to care, we'd do something today. I think the answers are here. Their answers are right now. See, If you can trust in me, if you can trust, simple as that. Doesn't matter if you trust or not. God's will is going to be. But I believe my purpose is, as I've said, I don't know how it's going to happen, but using the technology of today, literally, in front of this fireplace, through cooperation and willingness, we could find a way to have war-ending conversations with the people in the United States government today. And I keep playing with this idea. Why not? We don't know the day or the hour of the Lord, right? The day of judgment. The day where there's no more denying the truth, where people become accountable for what is true. Let's help that happen. I am a man for this. I really trust that this is what God has been creating me to do, because what I've been learning through my mistakes, communicating with care, with compassion, being polite and understanding with each other. It's the only way that knowledge can be truly understood and agreed upon. And what happens when we don't communicate politely, you know, when we feel like we're not being understood, our volumes tend to go up. Like, you know, because our hearts are separated. We feel like we're not getting each other. Well, that happened in my past, and I accept responsibility. There's a lot of rumors about me, and there's a lot of God knows I've made a lot of, you know, I've learned. I've had plenty of opportunities to learn, and I've lost my temper. I've yelled at people I cared about. You know, I guess I trusted that they would be there, that they could overlook me, my frustration. But here's today, brothers and sisters. We live in a world of deception and confusion. Why? Because deception and confusion have been enabled. There's a lot of good people who are going around not really thinking about what they're saying, certainly not thinking about what they're doing. I mean, every one of us is operating, you know, what we're doing. We're operating based on the level of thought that God has allowed us to receive. Everyone I trust is doing their best, but there's a lot of people who pretend to know what they're doing. And when it's clear that they don't, such as, let me get back to a real life topic that people are pretty familiar with, the United States government. The structures are clearly corrupt. The stuff that's going on with the Supreme Court, the corporations, it's ridiculous. There's no denying it. And Joe Biden and Donald Trump are the only ones that are being talked about as capable for the leadership. Are you freaking kidding me? Praise God. See, this is God's story being unfolded with us, through us, for us, this time on earth. What are we going to do with it today? Well, my prayer each day is that whatever I offer forth might help you, whoever you might be, help you realize your light within, your authentic reason for being, which is pure, which is true. The emotions we've got, the emotions we run around with or we deny, those things, they're information for our minds to process and understand, not to deny, not to overcome. The importance of good manners, it's God's law. We're here to be good with one another. The way that Jesus taught and showed, And it's easier than you might think. I swear, you want to consider what I'm saying. It's the only thing that makes any sense to me whatsoever. I surrender me and my future to God, to God's will. My purpose is to care for me and any who join my adventure in whatever way. Which, speaking of, here, I'll go ahead and drop the link in the chat for those who may wish to join, and it's pinned to the top. So, for those who may wish to join the conversations with good manners, or, well, here, it really comes down to, right, the topic of awareness. Awareness is your key. What are you aware of? Are you aware of only your problems? Are you aware of only your opinions? Are you aware of the problems and opinions of others? Do you care? Because we live in a world where the world has taught us to reduce our care, to ignore things that are important, like opportunities. How stupid are we, man? This world is literally insane. Oh, so, hey, let me get back to something. Because the date, it's July 2nd, according to the laptop. And that means there's 2 more days until America celebrates its freedom. Wouldn't it be an amazing part of the history, right? All things are possible. So I want to share these ideas with you. And if interested in these ideas, well, there's the information too. So at every time in history, there were small groups in these historical events of things that happened. There were small groups initially amongst those who knew. And then the news of what was going on, it grows, just like the start of wars. Starts in some boardrooms and some people pretending to be important. They say, no, that's enough. And then there's no more talking and no more negotiating, and then send off the mother's children's, right? Send the children off. That's what's happening with wars. People are pretending to be more important than peace, and it's kind of a sick game that's happening. It's by God's grace that we get to be, though. My mind, I lost my train of thought there for a moment. There's a reason I brought these up. I'm dead serious. It's time for wars to end, for disagreements to be overcome. The reason we have so many disagreements and so many wars is, well, it's all been enabled, first of all. When problems are known about and the solutions are withheld, the answers are not offered, that's evil. And there's people who step over people every day on the streets, man. It's like, what the hell is happening? This world is corrupted, and it doesn't have to be corrupted because God allows us the freedom to choose. And I invite you to choose. Join me. Surrender your old ways. Surrender your old worries. Surrender your old problems. Surrender from the ways of the world. The ways of the world, face it, it's insane. It is absolutely insane. The stuff you see in the media, the stuff you hear in the music, the stuff people talk about, it's insane. I used to love that insanity. Holy shit. I get so caught up in the politics and what the newest show was and the newest toys. God, I got so caught up in that consumerist mindset. I've got someone in the back but there's no face, and I don't recognize the name. So I'm not sure what the purpose is. You're welcome to identify yourself more, but you know what? I trust in God, and we'll see what God has in store. You don't know Jack about, about agape love? I'm not sure where that conclusion has come from, considering the words that I say daily. Is there any explanation with the title?
Well, first off, I got to get this thing to work. I don't even know if I can talk on here.
It appears you can. Welcome. You want to identify yourself?
Yeah. You know, I hear a lot of meandering and talking from your own ways and understandings, but I'll give you some props. You are coming forward a little bit more about, following Jesus' way. But I think that all theologies and every single social group indicates that his ways are rational. They're
Correct.
Decent concepts.
Right.
But, to really know love, you have to be able to really observe what he asked you to do and know that you're doing it. I don't even think you can list 5 different things that the man said to do. And so I think it's kind of hypocritical for you to come up here for
whoa. Hold on. I've been patient.
Yeah.
I've been patient. Please yield. We can discuss this, can we not? Or are you just here to slander and run?
Don't project your other conversations with me.
Well,
I listened right when you told me to.
Hello.
Don't project your years on YouTube onto me on my first conversation, okay, pal?
Okay, so can I please? I don't even know your name.
You could just call me Lack.
Lack. Okay, Lack. Thank you. So you asked me to identify, you made a bunch of assumptions about me, and you already presented much of a prosecution. So you came to the panel today with conviction. The
question is simple, Jack. Name 5 things that the man ordered you to do that demonstrates you love him.
Love thy neighbor. Love one another as I loved you. I love you.
What's the difference between neighbor and other?
There is no other. I love you. Where is your love? I mean, it seems
neighbor has a real world proximity. Jesus is the first to order that. Next to it hasn't been compromised online.
Where are you?
Who lives adjacent, approximately near you.
Brother,
others
what are
and
you
one
doing?
Another's are different. So you've named one general thing. It's the second part of the golden rule. Congratulations. Everybody in the world knows that. Go ahead and list 4 more.
What are you doing?
You said you follow his way. You know the basic core.
Hello, is that what? Hello, let's wake
Tell me
you up.
4 other things.
Let's wake you up to your inappropriate behavior. Just because I say that I follow the way of Jesus certainly does not give you any ground to disrespect me the way you're doing. This hostility, I tell you what, you've proven yourself unreasonable. I'm going to give you one last chance. Actually, no, I see your mouth is still moving. You can have a beautiful day. I have realized, brothers and sisters, please forgive the interruption. I am going to do a better job for myself and for you. All those who are interested in what I'm offering, rather than want to offer me bitterness and negativity, those who are willing to join, please feel free to hit the link. That last clown just revealed himself to be a fool. And I wish I'd have paid attention to his name, but frankly, so irrelevant to me that I wonder what God was thinking. What was God's plan for me to do with that? There, brothers and sisters, that's something I was thinking about earlier. I know how it sounds. I know how I used to hear this idea. But truly, the way you do want to live is with God on your mind and God's heart within you. That's the essence of Christ. That's the essence and message of Jesus. This how many rules and who's your neighbor? What the hell is that? That's the same crap Jesus went through literally with the Pharisees. It's being repeated, and people are so arrogant they don't even see what role they're playing. Hank, bless you, my brother. I like even our trolls. Amen. Thank you for bringing me to the bright side, seeing the light. You're doing good, man. If we take this seriously, and thank you seriously, Ray, if we take these ideas seriously, the body is the temple of God. Recognize that. Just allow it to be true. Invite God's presence to be with you, to be you. Invite yourself to shine with the love and the light that's beyond your insecurities, it's beyond your old ways. Allow your love and light to shine despite the darkness around you, despite the conditions that are temporary, because everything in this experience is temporary. God that creates and allows and does live within us. It gives us so much power when we align with God. I trust in that. I have not experienced this yet, but I was truly wondering about the idea of what it could have been like for Jesus to be a part of so many miraculous healings, transforming and enlightening and help others. Oh, that's what you mean. I got that, being a part of that. Oh, he may have, despite the bitter end and the glorious overcoming, I bet that was an amazing adventure. Bet it was. My life has been an amazing adventure so far. And the only miracles I've found are the ones in my heart. But I've witnessed miracles. I know there's miracles happening all around this world. And brothers and sisters, believe in the miracle of peace. You'll stop denying it. Let's be a part of bringing peace to this world. For those who call themselves Christians, join me. Let's do it to glorify the name of Jesus. I'm sure he's behind us. I'm sure he's with us. Hell, he might meet us there when we're done. Who knows what God wants done? Let's figure it out together. We live in a world that's so corrupted and confused because people have been conditioned to not trust each other. Now, because people don't trust each other, there's a lot of reasons that you shouldn't trust each other. We create the reality that we imagine. So let's imagine a more beautiful world together and start it within you, right here and now. Realize that the past is the past. Allow yourself your own day of judgment if you haven't done this yet. If you still got a funky mind that's clouded with memories of regret and hurt. Invite yourself within yourself to gain the courage for a day of judgment today. Become true to you with the truth of you. No more excuses, no more blame. From now on, keep life simple, right? Let go of the past, come true to truth, And then bring the heart of God into you and give yourself some compassion. Maybe the things you've been carrying around have been heavy. Sometimes it's compassion that only allows you to stop, right? Actually, right before starting this, I was watching an interesting conversation on depression, some views of other philosophers and psychiatrists. And depression truly does have a purpose. There's a logic behind every one of our feelings. We live in a world that's so backwards. We're taught that emotions are illogical and we use the logic to deny and overcome emotions. Well, the spirit moves with motion. It's the spirit that we're sensing. And there's a divine connection between the right mind, the left mind, and the idea is the right mind, which is spirit driven and emotion. And as I understand, I'm no expert, but these things make sense to me. The right mind is where more with the subconscious, and the subconscious is more, it's faster. It's much faster than our logical mind. And so these emotions are the subconscious energy speaking messages within for us to understand. But without respect for the truth, those feelings are never understood properly. There's a lot of methods to healing, brothers and sisters. Our world is here. We are here to bring forth the new ways, and the new ways of this world will bring forth healing. We're going to overcome poverty and wars like that. And we're not going to allow those things to continue. Not ignored. I'm pretty confident that the words I'm speaking are just tuned in to the main consciousness of our time. People have had enough. I realize people have had enough all around the world. There's so many heroes standing up, risking their futures, putting everything they've invested in the past on the line. There's heroes rising up all around this world, brothers and sisters. Let's join them. Let's find ways to support them. Let's find ways to unite to end this corruption that the world has allowed us, that we have allowed. Because until we unite ourselves to be a part of this life, well, we're just playing these games, pretending to get along, right? People pretend in all these different roles, and it's time for people to stop pretending. Hey, here is a much more welcomed friend and guest to the show. Welcome back, Machine Lies. How you doing, brother?
I'm relaxing. You
Good.
know, yeah, considering your words as well, brother Jack. You know what I mean? And thinking about manners. And also Phineas Gage. You mentioned the left brain and the right brain, and we have that incidence of that man who got, I think he was pierced through his left brain or something like that, and the only change that happened to him, he was still able to complete his job and all of his tasks and report to work and do all of the normative tasks of fulfilling the function of being human. But everybody said he was a jerk after that. So it's pretty interesting, So not all of our emotions, we are under the control of. We're conditioned to face them at best.
Have you come across the work of Julian Jaynes?
No.
He did some interesting stuff on the development of the bicameral mind, and his.
Okay.
There's a book like that. I found it fascinating, truly, but it gave some examples of what you were discussing. Some of the things with the mind. It is so mysterious. And mankind has, together, we've collectively gained so much wisdom on the way biology works and nature works and science works, but under the mainstream methods, everyone's divided. And it really takes the outsider to look at the different philosophies, to look at the different sciences, and put new ideas together that bring a unity. Those those outlying ideas are many, brother. There are many brilliant minds rising up today. We're going to change this world. It's happening. Because there's absolutely no logical reason that the old ways should continue. The old economic, political, and corporate ways. They truly are the prophesized beasts that have risen. And the return of Christ is the return of love. God's love shared through us all. It's happening perfectly. I feel it. I know it. And one day soon, I'm I keep saying this because I know it's possible until it's not. July 4th, it's only 2 days away. We could be part of that small group that God is using to bring forth the solutions. And then behind the scenes, there'd be very quickly transformation, the end of wars, the military stand down. I read the technology for a moment. I lost signal for a second there. Hey, we have the knowledge now, right now. We can overcome religions. We can overcome the nations. We can overcome the economic divides. Everything can be overcome through our choices. And that's where the way we interact with each other, it really is important. I believe it's really important right now because we don't know what the sun and earth are going to do. There's a lot of things shifting and changing according to the sciences. We don't know what the future is going to bring with the war drums or the economic climate. So, regardless if we find a way to successfully end wars, I'm encouraging anyone listening to start thinking and building community. People who care about your survival, your success. Go outside the family, extend into the community. There's all sorts of stuff going on in the world, and this is the time. I think all the signs are there.
Yeah, there's great understanding in the fact that our wisdom is basically a part of I guess Plato, and I guess I'll explain this a little bit before I say it because it sounds kind of weird. Is that in the Wisdom of Solomon, and in also Plato's Republic, right? Wisdom is seen as a woman, right? And many Hindu philosophies also see wisdom. I actually heard this morning from a friend who's on the internet, another panelist. Imagine learning something from another panelist. It's quite a rare event these days, but it happens sometimes, and I cherish the moment when it does. But this man had said that that wisdom was an inward form, so it was seen as a woman, and compassion was the outward form, seen as the man. you know and It's interesting because when we think of a kind old lady, they're usually compassionate. When we think of an old man who's basically come of age, we think of a wise old man. So the man seeks what he does not have. You know what I mean, right? Developing his internal faculties, the one who develops it best, they are seen as the wise. Of course, the men who are weak, they seek to be compassionate and not wise. The women who are weak, they seek wisdom. It seems like they have this unnecessary attachment to wisdom, instead of compassionate works, where we think of a woman like Mother Teresa, we think of an old woman who's very compassionate. It just sort of works. We think of an old man who's very wise, like Lao Tzu. It really works. Lao Tzu had this legend about him that he was born an old man laughing. Like how a baby comes into this world as a newborn babe crying. They said that his mother leaned up against a tree and he just fell out, and he was in his mother's womb the whole time, and he came out an old man laughing, already knowing everything. But yeah, it's funny.
Human experience is fascinating. And I truly, I have no regrets, but I have wondered how different my life could have been had I found my love of learning sooner. These different philosophies, I've heard people make the stupidest excuses to prevent themselves from learning, particularly people I see in desperate need of learning. They've got a lot to learn about life. But I've literally heard Christians say, no, I don't, Stoicism doesn't align with Christianity. I'm like, it seems perfectly aligned, as does, I'm not familiar, I'm not in depth with the knowledge of philosophies like you, particularly the name and identifications of them, but it seems most of them are all saying very similar to the same things, right? Be good. be a good person, be a wise person, and balance the wisdom and compassion. I guess maybe is that it? Do you balance, or you bring, you balance and you grow both the wisdom and the compassion. And that, to grow in the wisdom and the compassion, truly what I found from experience, that's where the practice of humbling yourself in meditation and prayer, seeking to align your mind with the highest mind that you can. That's where the wisdom truly comes from, and in the heart. And there's welcome, Midlife Bro Logic. Good to see you, brother.
Always a pleasure. You're out here peeling back the layers, exposing the truth, and people get mad at what they see, my dude. Keep up the good work. I don't have much time. Maybe 5 minutes. If I could just sit up here for a minute, see what's happened. I listened to a little bit. Bro, hey. Again, this is I need like a calendar. I think I should buy a calendar. Like when you're stranded on an island and you do the tally me bananas, 4 and a scratch. It's like, here we go. I'm on day, I don't know, what day is this? I think I'm on day 28. Jack Talcott still preaching the truth, and still people are mad. Day 28. I don't know. I'll have to go back and check when the first time I pulled up. I've been aware of you for a while and this and that, but I didn't really start paying you any mind until all the extra hate started coming. The flames of discontent, fueled by the logs of Jack Talcott. The heat rose me up like a hot air balloon and brought me over to you. And I see nothing but good over here, my dude. So that's it, man. Just keep going.
It's true. Jack brings the heat because when you're speaking truth, it gets the fire going inside all those demons like you, Midlife. Demons like you, chasing clout, coming over to Jack so you could try to bring numbers over to your channel.
Worthless. Is that not the pot calling the kettle black?
Yeah, I'm a cloud chaser.
So,
I want to be a professional YouTuber. Yes, I do.
yes. Hey,
But if I come across someone who's out here speaking something good, that's what's the glory about this YouTube. Sometimes I have a position, I'll do a show, and sometimes I talk myself out of the position, or I'll kind of find another angle at the same position, and it'll make me consider, yeah, I'm a clout chaser, whoop-de-doo, so what?
Hey.
But we can clout chase together, so what? What's the problem, right? What's
Agreed.
wrong with wanting to become a professional YouTuber? And what were you saying the other day? The financial slavery something. You have some whole thing there. Bro, I mean, if I can get enough subs, if I can get it going on, I can get it going on YouTube style. And what's wrong with that dream? I think it's a beautiful dream. Wake up and talk about what interests you is a beautiful dream. Ain't gonna hurt nobody for Barnabas, aka Midlife Bro Logic, to get on down. That's all I'm saying. Right? And if Jack Talcott is a I don't know, should we, what's the right word here? If he is the catalyst for that, so be it. He won't mind. He won't mind. At least from what I've seen. And again, if for some reason I find why Jack Talcott is this evil person, I don't talk about other YouTubers on my YouTube. That's just a policy I have, I guess. I don't know. I just want to talk about like news, and I want to stay on brand because when I stray from the brand, I lose subs. So my brand is more that kind of stuff. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I love everything you're saying. You and I I admit it too. I'm a clout chaser. I admitted recently I would love to get on the Crucible and be a part of Andrew Wilson's 4,000 viewers sometime, you know? I'm
not familiar with him, so I don't but
yeah, you know, I'm playing with names. There's many people who are successes on YouTube that I would love to co-create and collaborate with a little bit. So Midlife Bro Logic, I love what you do. And I saw you do the news stuff, but I didn't know that's way you roll. You try not to get them into the nastiness and stuff. So good for you. Hey, brother, you are a witness. You're a witness to the insanity that's been like this cloud of chaos around me. So stay tuned for sure. All right. And sincerely, you're welcome to join, and we can talk about I can go into more detail about what I'm talking about at any time. But the other thing you said too is something, it was the darkness that drew you here. Before doing the stream, I was literally just thinking, oh, he was in the chat. Snafu. I want to know who Snafu contacted in my hometown. If he can show me if he will at least share with me who he emailed, who he talked to, it's a perfect follow through for me to follow up with, to go through and introduce myself. I was just thinking this morning, how do I get the attention of the whole city council just for all at once, right? I've spoken to them individually. I've tried the 3-minute or the 2 minutes of the friggin' city council meeting, but not coming through.
You're trying to run? You want to be a city councilman? Is that your goal, or what's happening?
I want to convince the local city council to use their connections. They've got connections to the state or to maybe senators themselves, you know, through the political nonsense. People have connections. And the goal is, we want wars to end. The whole world wants wars to end. I'm confident of that. There might be a few that don't, but they're outnumbered. I'll speak up for those. I can speak pretty confidently for that. And so we want wars to end. Fighting can end when people choose to stop fighting. Debts can be forgiven. And secrets can be disclosed. We can have a full disclosure from the government officials, the corporations. We can have full disclosure, like a confession, all around this corporate insanity, this economic slavery that everyone's been accustomed to. we can change the world.
So this is pretty deep. I wasn't prepared for something so deep, Mr. Talcott. Okay.
I'm sure.
Let me put this on my plate and break it into smaller pieces here. Peace. Yeah. How do we create peace? Through city councilors. I don't know. Is that the best way? I mean, they just seem to be like local government. Is it like the domino start there and dominoes go up or something? I don't know.
Here and actually, if Margot Davy shows back up, she knows the people. The way I see it is, if I can get some sort of attention here in Spokane of what I'm doing, nobody knows me. Nobody sees what I'm doing anywhere, at least not anything good, it seems. You've been a witness. Well, in my real life too, it's like I've been ignored and avoided and hated. But the city council, they have connections to people in media. And we can get beyond the corporations and the systems just by the people. We get people involved in this, and people caring about people are going to find a way to end wars. And the way to end wars is to agree. We're not going to lie to each other anymore. We're not going to be keeping secrets from the citizens and from the different nations. And as soon as the secrets and lies, here's the other thing. Congress has the power to free America from the debt slavery system. With a swipe of the pen, they change the Federal Reserve, and it's part of history. We find a new way.
I wish you the best of luck, Jack. I really do. It definitely sounds respectfully kooky, right?
All right.
I can see when they make fun of you for being kooky.
Yeah.
But that's what I admire. You don't care. You're just gonna that's what you want, and you're not ashamed or afraid to say what you want and what you're trying to do. And I like that, right? I like that. For me, of course, is Barnabas gonna create world peace by stopping wars? What if there's one thing I could do, there's a lot of things I would like to change in the world, but I don't know, maybe getting money out of politics may somehow create world peace, something of this nature. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of angles there. There's a lot of things, and I'm gonna, like I said, I don't have a lot of time. I got to go, but I'm gonna keep checking on you, and I wish you the best in creating world peace. Because, bro, if we had world peace, we'd already be we'd have spaceships by now. We'd be like Back to the Future. Where is my skateboard that hovers, right? Come on.
The Jetsons? We could be flying around like the Jetsons, dude. But no, we got these greedy ass hats who want to take fucking dildos to the stratosphere.
It's never enough. It's never enough. I guess maybe, here you go. It's never enough for rich people to be richer. That's a fact. So maybe, I just had an idea. You teaching people to be happy with what they have, I mean, it sounds crazy. It may create world peace. Hey, billionaires, do you really need 10 billion? What can you not do with the 5 billion? I just saw an Amazon grocery store being built. And I know that they bought Whole Foods, but there's an Amazon grocery store being built. And I'm like, bro, is this a monopoly? What's going on? How many yachts do you need? And also, if you're the richest man on the planet, couldn't you get a wife who's a little better looking? I mean, if you're going to get a trophy wife and you're the richest man that ever lived, I'm not saying that whatever her name is ugly, because she's not. But I think he could probably get something. Maybe this is a bit mean and nasty, but maybe he could get something a little better than that. I think being the richest man on earth, or that's not like a king of Saudi Arabia or something. I don't know. Just putting that out there. Love. Absolutely. All right, Mr. Talcott. Continue on. I got to go. Machine Lies or TML. Nice to see you. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.
Blessings. Thank you.
Blessings. Absolutely.
Hey, thank you for joining. What I offered to him is, it's hard for the mind to first accept. I understand that. But he presents as such a genuine and humble guy, honestly. I like him. And Midlife Pro Logic is welcome back, and those are folks are welcome to tune him in to support him. Is what I mean. Oh, fabulous. I was just going to start in a different direction, and we have another guest who joined us, and this is certainly welcomed. Illumitami, welcome, brother.
We'll see. I was just going to say how I know you and Bro Logical, or I call him Bro Crisis. I think you guys are going to hit it off because you guys both got that same take it easy, make your marketing appearance. Oh, they're live. I'll go say peace to panel in the chat. And I'm going to take this sweet, sweet gift from God that is 2 weeks of suppression, and I am going to announce right here on Jack Talcott's panel the season of content. You get it? You see what I did there? Entomology, motherfuckers. You like that? I don't think you get it, Jack. You'd have to prove me that you and Bro Logic get it.
I get
Tell
it.
me what I did there. Tell me what I did there.
You bringing discontent because you
But
falsely.
But how's it going to be spelled? Is there going to be a hyphen in it? Is there going to be a Ladasha in it?
I would.
Yes,
I would.
like disrespect content. You get it? Because you didn't explain it very fast.
Damn, I get you. Sometimes, Tommy, I admit, it takes me a couple minutes or takes me a pause to catch up to where your mind is at.
And if you just admit it sooner all the time, you might not be as false witness hellbound as you are.
Well.
Yeah, mic drop, right?
No, I'm trying to
mic drop.
I'm not in. I want to enjoy the absence of arguments. And,
that's what everybody comes for. It's what gives you the numbers. Give it a couple minutes for everybody to see this face up here. And I'm not talking flow states emojis. We'll handle that. TOS.
No, but do you understand? Did you catch the topic of the day?
Oh, I read it. It was very clever. I got here late because this season of content, it's kicking off. Consider me on some beach condo with a laptop overlooking the abyss I will never venture into. That's 2 weeks of that, and I'm gonna hit y'all hard.
Okay, but today, the importance of good manners. I thought about extending an invitation to some of you. Well,
you got no host manners, you got no guest manners. You're truly a son of your daddy.
Well, how do you show good manners? What's good manners to you?
By respecting my chat and my guests, except for, secret Muslim guests. And he's welcome back. He loves my show so much. I'm sure he knows that. It's complicated, Jack. That's why you can't get it. That's why your daddy can't get it. But there's a lot of things to etiquette. There's showing it, like me as a Sigma, my smile is an etiquette, or like showing
with the Muslim. What are you talking about, me or Tarek? I don't even understand.
No, you watched the thing whenever the guy came and fronted like he was a Christian, and then he
yeah.
He was almost like a defreaking agent.
Tommy, I want to ask about manners. Good manners was the topic.
And, are we in a third grade class?
Well, it's somewhat. It seems
I think you're trying to weaponize a new word around here, where you like your daddy. You and your daddy are going to be accusing everybody of not manners of the land. You guys aren't man on the manners, not manners on the land.
No, here, please, midlife. You trying to hop in?
Yeah, I'm really
yourself, Hank. You might need to live with a government agency if you're hitting yourself.
Tommy, interrupting people is not polite.
Midlife bro crisis is not people.
Tommy,
is he on your couch? Is midlife?
Please go ahead.
I mean, I really am in a rush, but how can I resist being on a panel with such legends? Is there any way Tommy can be up here and take perhaps his own advice of manners? Tommy.
It's great. Back over me, and you act like I respect that, Jack. That's why I don't have manners with him. I don't mirror him because I'm not that retarded. But yeah,
Tommy,
he
Can you
came
allow him
back.
to
He made
speak?
his exit.
Tommy,
He
Tommy,
made
can
his
you let him
official
talk?
channel exit. Do you
And I
not
couldn't
follow me,
resist.
Jack?
I couldn't resist because you are one of Mr. Talcott's
Spare me. I've
detractors
got 3
who-
streams
who
of you saying
talk-
this shit. I don't give a fuck. The same when Jack says it. That's why you guys are going to hit it off. You just tell everybody you love you or you love
Hey,
them.
Tommy,
Blah, blah,
Tommy,
blah.
Tommy, can
Season of
midlife,
discontent.
Tommy, when can, damn it. Oh, he's so frustrating. I
Did he
wanted to
leave?
ask him, when can you and I join him? You know, maybe we can help. Maybe we can figure out. Would you? That could be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I go on his show from time to time when he lets me on. A lot of times he kicks me off or he bans me.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, hit me up. Hit me up on what? midlightbrologic@gmail.com, or hit me up on Instagram, midlightbrologic, if you want. Or just leave a comment. Leave a comment under one of my YouTubes. Probably even better because that'll help the algorithm. I mean, that's one of the number one people who just loves talking about you. And I'm just trying to get to the bottom. Like, I see what I see and I think I'm right, but I really just want to interrogate the suspect. What is the deal? Why is Talcott's name always in your mouth, Tommy? Tommy, again, you are an extremely talented dude. You have this ability to go at 110 miles an hour for like 4 or 5 hours. It's like way above my comprehension physically, mentally, emotionally. It's hard to keep up with. It's hard to even understand. But I see the talent. I see the talent. And you have fans. You have legions of fans. I mean, you truly are impressive, Tommy. It's too bad you had to run away like a coward. It's too bad you just try to talk over me all the time, Tommy. I mean, you had your chance. And you went, now, who is this? El Perro. Como está El Perro?
Yeah,
Who's this person?
welcome, brother. How you doing today?
Let me go before I get sucked into this because I got to go. Anyways,
Peace.
Jack, again, TML, El Perro. Nice to meet you, dude. Mucho gusto. Te veo la próxima vez. See ya. Bye.
Peace, brother. What an energetic character. How you doing today, brother?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I am feeling blessed. Truly feeling blessed. And here, an interesting guest has just arrived. So please, let's see where this goes. Welcome, Sanity Machine. Are you there? See, you're one that I'm not really interested in having join me, especially after what you've been sharing about me and the way you left yesterday. So is your audio there or not? I'm going to take that as a no. So you're welcome to try and reconnect and maybe show me that you're there. Or not return. I don't really care. Praise God, man. Life is so cool. Life is so bizarre, yet so cool when you just let things be. People are going to be how people are going to be. I do believe for our world to change, though, it's up to each of us to start correcting ourselves and helping to correct each other. This is where the importance of good manners comes in. We've got to be able to talk to each other with compassion, especially when we're offering uncomfortable truth. And we're all faced in these points in lives where we either offer forth the uncomfortable truth or we do the truth a disservice. And I believe we're doing the truth a disservice when we allow the nonsense. I'm using the examples of today, the nonsense of Donald Trump and Joe Biden to continue to even be considered as options unless they change their ways. But is America willing to change? Is the world? I think the world is crying out for change. Yet we've got all these people wanting, like little children, wanting to fight to stay the way things were. It's time for humanity, I believe, to grow up to the wisdom that has been known through the ages. The kingdom of heaven is found from within. The kingdom of heaven is now, right now. Heaven is the feeling of wholeness. Wholeness is the absence of lack. So if you mentally, spiritually can allow yourself to feel whole and complete, know that being one here in the present means that God has brought you to where you are, and it's okay. It's okay to be who we are, the way that we are right now. But if we're going to be here in the presence of God, which we are united with God. We don't want to believe we are not. And if we realize that I have no problems and suffering comes from the desire of things that are absent, well, I have no problems. I have no wants. I have no needs. I have no desires that are unfulfilled. I am whole. I am complete. And now, how do I grow? How do I serve? If we truly live that way consciously with our hearts and with faith that God is revealing the answers, God is revealing the future, the world is going to transform just like that. And I truly believe, I mean, today's July 2nd. We could do it before July 4th, but the entire world could celebrate independence, the freedom from wars, the freedom from debts, the freedom from the old ways of living. I don't know what God's got planned, but I keep asking God, what do you want me to do?
God sent me here today to try to clear the air with Jack and with the machine lies as well. I knew he'd be here. I knew it. I had a feeling.
Congratulations. So
I'm here
where
on Tuesday, usually. So yeah.
and so that's wonderful. I appreciate that because it seems you're the one who found disagreements with me. And
I
in
had some audio
exchange
problems
for,
earlier.
pardon?
I had some
Okay.
audio problems when I came on, but can you hear me fine now, Jack?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I can hear you now. I was out in the woods.
Okay. And
I've
so
also
what is,
I've quit drinking whiskey, so I've been going through withdrawal, I think, and I've been battling some demons, you might say. Battling demons. You've been through that, right? I don't know what you drank, but I've kind of been battling some demons.
what does that mean? Or are you just
Well,
saying things?
what does that mean? It means the spirits of liquor. I've been trying to not drink. I'm trying to be
So what does
sober.
that mean? Is that
It
hard for
means that,
you?
of course, it's hard. My
Why is it
mood's been
hard for
changed
you? Why is it hard for
because
you?
why is it hard? Because drinking kind of relaxes me and it makes me it chills me out. Like it doesn't it takes away my anger. So when I
You know
stop
what else
drinking, I
does?
get
You
what?
know what else does? Honesty, humility. Humility overcomes anger. Honesty overcomes confusion and deception. Honesty also opens up different avenues. So an alternative to drinking that I found is truly the replacement everyone wants: meditation. Meditation and prayer, silent time going within, healing the child within, overcoming the imagined demons, and realizing if you surrender yourself to God, you become united with the all-powerful. So why put that off?
I'm not putting that off. I'm trying my best. I just started this journey I'm trying to be honest here. It's
I
been very
appreciate
difficult. It's been very
You know what?
difficult the last
It can
few weeks.
it can appear that way at first, but then when you get beyond it, you'll look back and you'll be like, oh man, that was nothing. Because really, it's not. It's most of the challenges we face as people, it's imagined. And then other people will enable it. Oh, yeah, it's so hard. It's so tough. Well, things are tough until they're not. And when you realize things aren't tough, they're not as big of a challenge. So addictions is something that I kind of understand. I've walked away from a lot of bad habits and a lot of bad things about me. So El Diablo, well, Stephen, welcome back. And I do have compassion for you. Admittedly, my compassion was reduced because I heard secondhand, well, I heard from a friend of mine that you had been really slandering me. And this
Weeks
friend
ago,
of mine chose to believe
not
some of the
recently.
slander that you have said.
No, not what? I have not slandered you. I made
Did you
videos
call
weeks.
me a liar or no
Did I call you a liar?
on your
Uh,
stream? If I went back or if other witnesses listened to what you
which
said,
stream?
would
You're
they
talking months ago, or when are you talking about?
after you left here in a tantrum?
I didn't leave here in a tantrum, Jack. I thought that
Okay,
you were being very unfair.
I know.
Hello, shout out to Don't Judge Me. Hello, Jen and my fans in the chat room. Hey to our poll and all of my fans. There, I have a bunch. I have like a fan club over here. It looks like today.
Congratulations for
Is
your
the machine
popularity.
lies? Is he getting high? Is he getting stoned? What's
Is
going
that
on over there? He's
what are you doing?
smoking.
Hello.
He's
Why do
smoking.
you feel this
It's
is
for the
He's
people.
smoking.
It's sage leaf that I'm
Oh,
smoking. It is what it
sage.
is.
Oh,
Yep, that's right. For the
sage
people.
leaf. For the
Mine,
people.
however, is cannabis.
My brother. Well, I've indulged in some cannabis as well, now and then. El Pero, a little bit here and there. I am the devil after all. I mean, you can't expect perfection from me. I can't. I'm the devil. I'm El Diablo.
please change? Hey, this
What?
is the point. Please change because I'm not entertaining this childish nonsense that's been
Jack,
happening.
Jack, listen, man,
No,
listen.
listen. No,
No,
you
listen,
listen.
listen for a sec. Listen, just for a
What
sec.
are you
I
doing?
think that I'm explaining something here.
It's not your place. I've asked you to change. You want to offer me excuses and continue your patterns of interruption, Stephen. The patterns of interruption is what gets many people placed to the back. I'm surprised you haven't connected the dots yet. I wanted to have some fun with the chat, and you wouldn't even allow me to talk, Stephen. So that's why you're in the back, buddy. Joe Rogan, I would love to have a July 4th interview with the topic is modern day man independent. Oh, we could have some fun with that. Truly. Before I bring Steven back, do you guys have thoughts you want to add? He seems to try to take over the conversation.
Well, I'm fine to bring him back. Yeah, if he's still in the back, it's fine. Yeah.
Hello. Thank you.
If you remembered what you wanted to say, please feel free.
I just wanted to say I think my inner child ran away. I can't find my inner child. I looked inside and I think I might be demonically possessed or something. I'm not kidding. I'm being honest here. I think I might need an exorcist.
I could help you with it, and I'm
You
willing
know
to.
some? Okay. How are you going to help me?
I know the healing power of the truth, and you're on the right path. There's something wrong with your behavior. It's not, but you haven't hidden your you haven't lost your inner child. You've been playing like a man child. like a grown adult who doesn't care about consequences, wants to say whatever he wants and throw tantrums if he doesn't like what he sees. It's it can
Well,
it
I
can be
went.
overcome though in a day.
I'm sorry, there's a lag. I went hitchhiking one time when I was young, and I got lost, and I ended up in another realm, like another dimension. So I think this might be related to what's happening.
Well,
I had a
I think you're
supernatural
I think
experience.
you're actually a man who has not learned how to be
I
accountable
don't know
or
why you think that, Jack. I don't understand.
by
Why
your
would you?
behavior, by what you choose to offer.
Hi, Noelle. I had her on my show last night. She was a great guest.
Hi, how are
Yeah.
you?
Hello.
How are you? How are you today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Hey, right.
Yeah,
Great
So,
too.
Noelle, why don't you share with me what was shared on when you were a guest with him? What types of things were you? What did you learn about me specifically?
Jack, it's just a show, Jack. You put it on a show.
And that's what Stephen told you.
no,
You put it
don't
on
leave
a
her.
show.
I never told her that.
No,
Who told Noelle? Who told you that?
nope.
Who told you to believe that?
She told me that. She said you and Margot put on a show.
Yeah, I believe
Yep.
I believe that's her own determination where she thinks all of these panels are shows. And like you told her the last time, this is not a show to you. This is your life.
Well, people like Margot and many others have, well,
Bad
their
influence.
evidence. They think life is a show. They think life is entertainment. And that's what the American way has really convinced many. Life is about work and entertainment. But
That's why they all like this drama stuff. You know,
Noelle told me that this is a
that's
show.
the normal folks, that people that think they like this environment, this commercial society that they live in, and they go home after their 9 to 5s with their family and watch this boob tube on their nice, comfortable couch, eat this processed food and drink the poison drink. And when they hear those lights and sirens outside their door, they look out. Here the police are hauling off one of their neighbors a couple blocks down the street.
I don't look out.
They go
I don't
right
look
back.
out.
They go right back to doing the exact same thing without doing anything about it. It's not their concern. When are you going to start being concerned about your neighbor? When they actually start come knocking at your door, and your neighbors
I
are
am
already gone?
concerned. I'm concerned about everybody in this realm. This
well,
is the devil's realm. It's
no, please. Here, I'm sorry to interrupt. I believe that you are interested in that. Please recognize please recognize what is here before you today. I am suggesting that we have the answers. All we need is the willingness. There are many ways to achieve this. We can play a part of overcoming the devil's world through faith, faith in God, faith in the truth that we know. And I tell you, God has blessed me with what I've been allowed to learn. I can explain my conclusions in so many different perspectives. The fact that people want to continue to join me and argue against me and call me names and waste my time, it really blows my mind, Stephen.
I'm not here to call you names, dude. You were being rude to me yesterday with Flow State. You keep muting, putting me backstage. I like if you want to have a conversation, why don't we have a conversation instead of playing those games? I thought you were playing games backstaging me about a dozen times yesterday. You don't
Right.
want
And
do you want a conversation
you
or what?
didn't care to ask. You cared to interrupt and keep going on. And I've explained this. It's the interruptions that got you placed in the back.
Well, Noelle told me a lot last night about you and Margot and what's going on over here. She told me that this is a show. I never told her that. I don't plant things in people's heads.
All
So
right,
you have a
fair enough.
bias
Hey,
against me.
you know what? you know what? I'm
You
not
assume too much.
prosecuting.
You should
No,
ask more.
I am going off what I've witnessed you doing with others. You've been slanderous, spiteful, serving the devil, gleefully
Towards
disrespecting
who?
other people.
Name them.
Are you kidding me?
Name
You
'em.
believe that
Who
needs
do
to
I
be
slander?
proven?
Who do
Machine
you hurt
Lions,
then?
have you ever been the subject and the target
Who do
of
I
our
slander?
friend? Am I
Yes,
wrong?
yes, but we resolved that a long time ago. But yeah,
But
it was a while back. It was when I first started on YouTube, but it was all good.
right,
It's all
right.
fine now.
But regarding my words, you're another example. There are many who he's offered to scrutinize and assume and mock. I am one of many. So, Stephen, it's really up to you when
The
you
past is the
choose.
past, brother. Today's a new day.
Right. Well, here's the new
Let's start
day.
fresh. Yeah, let's start fresh.
Right. Why don't you start fresh and becoming humble and considering what you have been doing compared to what you claim,
I've been
right?
spreading
Because
love.
no, that's not accurate. Again, the evidence I offer to you that proves my disagreement with you is your countless videos where you take men like me, other men and women on YouTube, and then you scrutinize, you restream, you mock, you insult. You get such glee out of the disrespect you offer to others. It reveals you as as a man unworthy of respect. And I have faith, Stephen, that you're a better man than you have shown yourself to be.
Everybody respects me except for you, Jack.
That's
That's
not
the
true.
problem. That
That's
is
not
true.
true. You're
That is true.
delusional.
Hank respects me. The Machine Lies respects me.
No one
Archibald,
else. Hey, wait.
everybody.
Just because you find enablers, people who enable your poor behavior and allow you to be
What?
forgiven, doesn't
What?
mean that your poor behavior is acceptable. And here's the thing, I'm kind of done arguing. You
Oh,
can change. And when you change, Stephen, you're welcome to return. But until then, please go learn your lessons from a distance. I love being able to breathe freely when the problems are gone, right? When you put the problem aside, then you have nothing more to worry about. And I feel that I have been patient. I've been showing forgiveness, but until people are willing to become accountable for what they say and do, they're living around like liars. And liars believe in lies. So, Stephen, the sanity machine, in my opinion, my testimony, he's shown himself to be a liar. And frankly, I don't trust liars and I don't have a lot of respect for them either. That's why sweet Noelle is in the back with Stephen. They choose to believe in lies. Good manners. Had both of us offered good manners, had good manners been able to be shared between Stephen and I, maybe some resolve can be found. Are good manners available with you?
yes. Yes.
I'm going to trust you.
Let's
I'm going to
move
trust you.
forward.
Thank you. I'm going to trust that. But here, some things for you to think about, to consider. I'm being honest with you. And sometimes the truth, you don't want to accept it, but what's true is true. I don't know exactly what you're dealing with or exactly what you think you've seen, but what is before you right here and now is a man who God has blessed with the opportunity to learn and experience things different than most people. But there's many people who know what I know. I'm not
What's
claiming
my
to be.
experience though, Jack? What's my experience? Like, do you know what mine is?
Well, I'm trying to understand your relevance.
Oh,
See,
as a
because
being,
your relevance
I'm a
in
child of
my
God.
life.
I'm a
No, your
child of God.
relevance. Well,
Oh,
so far
oh,
you've proven to believe this is the devil's world, and you've been an interruption and a doubter and a slanderer of me.
well, oh.
Can you understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
I know you can understand it. Can you accept what I'm saying? That in my experience,
I
you
would like
all
you to extend an olive branch and admit to what you've done towards me, the way that you've behaved. You never seem to admit to your behavior. It's all pointing the finger one way at me.
okay.
Jack, I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna call you out on your bad behavior, the way that you try to do with others. You're
Okay,
not a
Steve.
god. You're a man,
Okay, Stephen. I know
and
that's
you're
what you
acting like a
want.
man child. No, you're
Stephen,
acting like a man child.
hello. Let's go back to the topic and demonstrate good manners. You claimed good manners were available. All right. So what I understand honest people do, honest people are willing to be humble to what is true. And when honest people have an accusation, they
Show
typically
me the
bring
humble.
forth,
Show me
they
humility.
I'm trying to speak. You can show humility yourself by listening. It's part of good manners. What are you laughing at?
Because you interrupt a lot, you demonstrate all the behavior that you criticize me over. You're unaware. You don't have
What
self
are you
awareness,
doing?
Jack.
That is,
I'm
hello,
calling
hello,
out your
your
lack of self
excuses.
awareness.
What you're doing is you're finding an excuse
What
in
I'm
your
doing is
memory
holding
bank.
up a mirror saying, look at yourself.
Would
Look
you
at
please?
yourself.
Would you please?
Would you please look at yourself rather than cast the stones at me? You're trying to stone me to death. You're
Where do
being
you
very
think you
judgmental.
are? What are you doing? I'm
Are
sitting
you
here
power tripping just
silently.
because I'm on your channel? Is that it?
What do you?
You only feel
You
power here?
certainly seem to think that way. What
You
are
act
you
that way.
doing? Would you please just chill
I'm
for a
showing
moment?
you something.
You're showing, you know what? You're showing me
And
and
you
you're
can't take
allowing others to see my patience. This is ridiculous. Is anyone else here? I mean, are you guys here or are you just hanging out? Do you want to try and help?
Well, I've had many conversations
What
with
right here
Steven.
and now, right here and now. Can you please help Stephen see his behavior is not appropriate or helpful for
help me,
where he
Jesus.
is? He's not
Help me.
listening to me. Is
Now
anyone
I
else willing to help?
now I know it might seem to be an extreme example, but if me and my brother are walking down the road and I see him heading down the trail and he's going to walk into a pond full of alligators, I kind of have some kind of certain obligation or duty to give him some kind of fair warning if I know this. This is the problem. People take it as an attack rather than a measure of safety to build each other up. Keep taking it as attack. This is why I don't give a rat's ass whether you love me back or not, folks.
Thank you, brother.
What did you gain from that, Stephen?
I'm not going to take things as an attack if somebody warns me about alligators. I'm going to listen. Is that what El Pero was getting
I
at?
don't, I
Right.
really
So
don't
when we're
know what he's doing either, because what
well,
I
if
asked specifically for is not being offered.
well, what I was trying to explain is on the other side that Socratic method takes a certain thing where you don't interrupt each other. You give them their opportunity to speak. And when somebody does, you have an obligation to remind them, hey, we're supposed to be adults and have an adult conversation. Don't interrupt me. Give me the respect to finish saying what I'm saying. I'm in total agreement with that, Jack. That's
Thank
part.
you.
That's a large part of the problem. We need to
El
start treating
Pero,
each other as adults, despite anything.
El Pero, can I ask you a question? Should I smoke more weed and avoid alligators and just try to chill out, or
What are you
is that what
doing?
you're saying?
Would you? That question has no relevance or purpose. So tell you what, let's move forward. And I hope you receive the message, Stephen. You can stop interrupting. You can stop playing these egoic games of I'm gonna get you back because I remember you doing this. Get over it. Grow
Okay.
up.
Yeah, let's all grow up.
Either
let's be
grow
adults
up
here.
or leave. Simple as that.
I like it here now. It's a fun place.
Then start doing something to be welcomed and to be appreciated. Because I'm
I'm
not
doing my
having
best.
fun with you. What's
I'm
that?
doing my best. I said I'm
Do
doing my
better.
best.
Do better. Here's how. Shut your mouth. I know that's not the most polite manners, but I have been, in my experience, I feel we have wasted
Can't we all
far
get
too much
along?
time on this fool and his ignorance. That is the agent of chaos, serving the devil. Brothers and sisters, whether you take me seriously or not, I don't care. You know what? I'm ready to do my own final words. You guys got anything you want to get off your chest or anything you want to get out?
Another fine example of live without beer, folks. Great job so far, Jack. Day by day.
Thank you. Any final words?
Yeah,
Thoughts?
peace to everyone here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I think we observed several examples of bad mannered behavior, starting from the first person who walked in and tried to spread the news about agape love, and then we had a many such interruptions. But the main thing is that a smile is really charity. We're given so much short time in this world, and we have to engage with respect for each other, common respect for each other, and so that we can break bread. And really what it is that we're given clarity once we get knowledge of ourselves, knowledge of God, knowledge of the world as it is, and knowledge of the world as it is to become. And these four things can really free us. If we really pay attention, they are the foundations, the four sort of cornerstones of wisdom. I got a little chapter I want to read for you guys in terms of respect and honor and all of those things. It says, when the great way is abandoned, there are benevolence and righteousness. When wisdom and intelligence come forth, there's hypocrisy. When the six familial relationships are out of balance, there are kind parents and filial children. When the state is in turmoil and chaos, there are loyal ministers. So, it's the extreme circumstances that bring forth the incredible aspects of people, we can't just rely on rules and regulations, but go from the sincerity. The main thing in manners is sincerity. Sincerity is the the jewel of the heart and the cornerstone of all virtues. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with me and the brother Jack Talcott. Blessings.
Thank you for joining, brother. Thank you to all who joined. My frustration is real, brothers and sisters. Not gonna lie, I'm a man like everyone else. I hope to be appreciated. I hope to be supported, but even by those who seem to care. It's like they don't care that there's disagreements and unnecessary attacks happening. I know I'm not alone in this world, yet, brothers and sisters, if anyone viewing, maybe you haven't met, maybe we haven't been on the panel. If you haven't been on the panel, I certainly get it. I understand. I wouldn't want to be on these panels either. I'm trying to clean it up and make it better. To join the efforts to end wars, like the real people that are dying, let's care about them. Anyone who's willing to even have this most smallest bit of faith that we can be a part of ending wars, reach out to me. Reach out to others who care. Brothers and sisters, the importance of good manners is, it's true. If you're not honest, if you're not authentic, you're just playing a character. And there's a lot of people playing these characters, pretending they're important in this world. And there's a lot of people pretending to be important who are causing a lot of damages. That happens in families, it happens in communities. It's this egoic insanity that places the self as more important than the world, more important than God, more important than what is true. Don't play that game with yourself. Please take life seriously. God is life. Life is God. Life is love given from God. Love, unite yourself with God and life and love, and please make a better world around us. Make a commitment to yourself to be greater in your awareness of you. How am I presenting myself? What is it I'm offering? Am I intentional with what I'm doing? Is there a purpose with me? Or am I just floating along in some character's dream where I'm important? You got to listen to me. Listen or not. I hope you do. I hope you listen. I hope you take what I've learned and you help realize it within you and you run off doing you. I don't need followers. I do hope for growth. I mean, let's face it. The numbers are data. Data is information. Information provides, how are you doing? I'm hoping to grow. Brothers and sisters, grow with me into a greater you. Let's overcome our excuses together. Let's find a way to bring an end to these wars and end this nonsense of foolish oppression. Praise God. Praise God. Praise God. Thank you again, all who joined sincerely. Please share this, join, support, whatever it is that you're led to do. You can keep your bitterness and hate. I think I've had enough of that. God's timing is perfect. Choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. Thank you again, and God bless you.